What would you do if you were renting a home and you were informed that you would have to move out in the next few months and you realized that renting was no longer an option for you? This is the scenario that my family and I found ourselves in June of 2015. After some long deliberate thought, we decided that moving forward with purchasing our first home was the next best thing for us. Having never done this before, this was a very daunting thought, and while we got through it, there were many things that I learned along the way that I thought would have been beneficial to have an idea of before. I'm going to speak with you just about a few of them, being your credit history, the finances involved with purchasing your first home, and the active searching for your new home. When it comes to your credit history, there are 3 different credit reporting agencies that you need to consider. These are Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. There are a few things that you can do to keep your credit score stable or to help improve it. The first of these being, don't close any credit lines that you currently have, but don't open any new ones either. Length of time is one of the factors in your credit score. So if you close an account that you've had for a while, you technically could potentially shorten the amount of time that you have been handling credit. If you open a new account, you may be looked at as a credit risk and companies may be less likely to give you loans. Secondly, continue to make payments to your current credit obligations on time, whether this is credit cards, car payments, school loans, utilities. Any late payments can negatively affect your credit score. Also, the amount of credit you're using versus the amount of credit you have available can positively or negatively affect your credit. One of the other important things to do is to review your credit history and to report any inconsistencies you see with the credit agency. You can request a copy of your credit report once a year for free. If you go to usa.gov, they will give you instructions on how to do this by mail, by phone, or online. The next thing to consider is finances. You want to sit down and you want to decide on the amount of money you are able to pay on a monthly basis for a mortgage. Once you have this number in mind, you want to call around to different banks, to different loan companies, figure out what their percentage rates are, what their closing costs are. Don't be afraid to say no to someone. Call around, find the best deal. Lastly, you want to consider what, if any, money you can put down for a down payment on a house. The amount of money you can put for a down payment can affect what type of mortgage loan you take out. The next step comes the actual looking, and go into this with patience. Sit down, look online on different websites. You can look at Zillow, you can look at Trulia, look at the locations that you're considering, figure out how many bedrooms you need, how many bathrooms you need, what you're willing to be more flexible with. If you go into house hunting thinking that you're going to find a house that is 100% perfect, you're just asking for disappointment and frustration. Find a realtor. Ask family and friends if they have any recommendations. A realtor is a person who's very knowledgeable in the house purchasing industry, and they can guide you through the process. They'll be able to take you to visit different locations and take you to different open houses. Be prepared to visit multiple houses. I think in our search, we visited 15 different houses before we found the one that we wanted to buy. This is a very time-taking process, so just be patient when you're going through that. Once you have found the house you want, meet with your realtor and negotiate. You are able to try to bring the cost of your house down. We were able to get our house down $5,000, and we were also able to negotiate to keep their riding lawnmower and a really nice dehumidifier that they had in the basement. There is a company called the Neighborhood Housing Services of Greater Cleveland in Cuyahoga County, and they actually help first-time home buyers with the down payment process. There are criteria you have to meet to be eligible, but if you go to their website, they give a list of this, and they've been helping first-time home buyers with their down payment since June of 2009. Purchasing your first home can be very stressful, but if you keep these few things in mind, it's a great head start. So best of luck. Thank you.